Hello and welcome to today's video on the Indian stock market. Now we're going to take a look at the news which is going to affect us this week. Plus we're going to take a look at two stocks and one index. The index we're taking a look at is Midcap Nifty, as this is part of the usual pre-market videos I make, in which I'm going to take a look at how traders can trade the Midcap Nifty in the expiry which is there tomorrow on July 8th. After which we're going to take a look at HDFC Bank. This is HDFC Bank was covered by me twice last week, and both days HDFC Bank met the price targets I gave on the downside for it to the spot. This is I called the top, and then after calling the top we got two exact hits, which was very profitable for anyone who watched those pre-market videos in which I covered HDFC Bank. Then the third stock we're going to take a look at is Bajaj Finance. This is, I believe, the stock is right now in reaching the end of its box range, so it's going to provide an interesting opportunity to traders. Now before we dwell into them, on the news front, last week in the videos I was harping on about the US non-farm payrolls report, as that would affect how the Fed would behave, which in turn would affect how the rate cuts happen, which in turn would affect our stock market. Now it came out on Friday, and the June's job reports initially seemed positive, but upon closer inspection it revealed a much weaker labor market. I say this as the headline number was slightly above expectations, but this was overshadowed by the number of revisions they did to prior month's data and an increase in unemployment. This is the wage growth slowed as expected, leading to a small depreciation, also which ended up hitting the US dollar. But the only positive of this, it has given a further nudge that yes, we may not have one rate cut this year, we may have two. Because if the non-farm payrolls report, how the data has come on, indicates that. Now coming to the international news for this week, which is mostly only about the US. Okay, for the UK the GDP data will come on, but unless that is horrible, it will not affect us in any sort of way. On the US front, the Federal Chair Powell will be on spotlight on July 9th and July 10th, as he'll be giving testimony on Capitol Hill, and that is something people will really be watching, as it will again give an idea of what the Fed is going to be doing in September. Then on July 11th, the US inflation data is coming out, and that will naturally shape market sentiment, which will affect us. Now coming to the local news, over the weekend it was announced that the budget will be announced on 23rd July. And one of the factors which is now going to change the dynamics of the budget, which has not been there before, is that it's a coalition government. It's no more BJP alone to do what they want to do. And according to documents which most media channels have said they've reviewed, the two key allies of BJP have requested funds running into thousands of crore for the current financial year, in addition to a higher borrowing limit for infrastructure projects. So it will now be a balancing game for the government. So this budget should be better than before, because number one, the coalition, number two, since the BJP got their behind handed to them in the election via lower numbers, they will want to soften their stance. And so I expect this week a lot of the budget rumors also to start, which will make the market very volatile and will hopefully get us out of the box range we're in. Now, the other news is the inflation data for India will be released on July 12th. So that is something we're going to have to keep a key eye on. Now, when we come on to the indexes and stocks, the first I'm going to cover is the Midcap Nifty. Now, the Midcap Nifty, I have not had to update the first resistance level, as last week, if you go to last week's video on Sunday in which I had covered the Midcap Nifty too, you will see that I had said that Midcap Nifty could not go anywhere until it breaks 12,380. And if it breaks that, then it can go to 12,560. This whole week, that's exactly what happened. It's not a huge range, but it broke 12,380 and went to near 12,560 by Friday. As you can see, it basically came about 20 points near that resistance. So technically the whole week it traded as per my expectations, only it was a very slow move. That move usually would be done in a day, but due to the condition the market is in right now, box ranges and everything, it took a week to get those many points in the Midcap Nifty. Now going ahead, how should people trade the Midcap Nifty? Now the Midcap Nifty, if we look at it going ahead, I'll take a look at it, on hourly chart basis. So I'm not looking at the shorter time frames or the longer time frame, because this has come more over thing that has to be managed between here. Now, as of now, I believe Midcap Nifty is trading between a box range of 12,480 and 12,560. This box range, 12,560 is a stronger resistance, then 12,480 is a stronger than the 12,480 support. So I believe long traders should only try to go long once the index is able to take out 12,560, and if the index reaches 12,560 and shows that it wants to break that zone, then the first thing traders have to watch is that the volume build up should be positive. It should be something like what was seen in this point. Severe bullish strength. This is a very strong resistance, and we can see it took the index a week to reach this near this resistance. Another thing people have to watch is the trend catcher indicator. Right now the black and red lines have converged, so if there is a crossover to the downside, then 12,560 will be unable to be breached for the long side. So on the long traders, unless 12,560 breaks, you're not going to get a good long trade to 12,650 and 12,720. On the other hand, short traders who are looking to short the market, a break of 12,480 can give a quick shot to 12,400 and 12,320. A lot of people, when they look at this move, will say 12,400 is in the middle, but I think 12,400 is a strong support. This is as it most likely, if the box range scenario is playing out in the market, if the index comes here, it might end up widening the box range from these many points to these many points. So basically doubling the box range size. So 12,400 is a very important support, so do not take it lightly as an option buyer. But if that breaks, then 12,320 is a support, but it's not that strong, so most likely target is 12,280. So again, to recap, option buyers, only a strong long above 12,560, only a strong short below 12,400. The short between 12,480 and 12,400 has to be taken with a pinch of salt. Quick in, quick out, because number one, it's an expiry, so decay is going to be your enemy. If you are trading in the latter part of the day for that move, then you better go to next week's options, as just 5 minutes of slowdown will kill your option buy completely. Now option sellers, if that's where these indicators will become more important for option sellers. If 12,560 is holding and the black line of the trend catcher has gone below the red line, then you can sell calls above 12,560 pretty comfortably. If you want to play it safe, above 12,650. But that, I believe, can be done, and you should keep basically tight profit stops. This is, you do not want sudden risks of an injection, how people are calling it these days. As of now, I would not enter put sales until we break 12,560. This is as by chance we get rejected here and there's a sudden profit booking comes, then put sellers will be destroyed. So I will only enter put sales if we break above 12,560. Then I won't be a call seller, then I'll be a put seller. However, if we hold below 12,560, I'll only be a call seller. For 12,560 and above, you're aggressive, or 12,650 if not aggressive and less risky as a trader. Now we'll take a look at HDFC Bank. HDFC Bank. Now, if we take a look at HDFC Bank, now I have obviously updated the levels, and if you take a look at the pre-market video which was released on Thursday morning, I had called the top. This is, I believe, this was where the smart money had left and the dumb money had come in. My call was right as we fell to 1730. My support that they given, price target given was 1730. We exactly fell and closed there. After that, I made a fresh pre-market video for Friday morning in which I said that now I expect HDFC Bank to fall until 1645. Guess what? We gapped down in a big way, then went further down to 1645 and closed exactly above that point. So that was a very, very accurate trade, and anyone who followed my pre-market videos last week, this move alone will have given them a good amount of profit. Now, how to trade HDFC Bank in the coming sessions. Now, I believe as HDFC Bank has reached a very important support in terms of the bigger time frames. Now, due to that, I've dropped to the 30-minute chart. I believe that's going to be more relevant. Now, HDFC Bank will first, according to me, form a box range between 1680 to 1690 and 1645. So, I initially expect up moves and down moves, basically two-way moves to come between this range as the stock is trying to find its basis. So, until it breaks out of this range, option buyers should not expect something fantastic. This is more of an option seller's range rather than option buyer's range. However, a break of either side of this will take us to a clean move to the next side. So, in my point of view, if HDFC Bank was to break 1645, then it's an initial short to 1600. If that breaks, then 1545 to 1560 is the next support. On the other hand, by chance HDFC Bank was to break above this resistance zone, then it's a quick up move to 1715 and most probably 1733. This is as if we break this resistance zone, we'll have broken a very strong resistance. So high likelihood of us testing 1733. So again for HDFC Bank, a recap between 1680 to 1690 as a resistance and 1645 as a support is really a no trade zone because you're going to get both way moves. It's more for scalping rather than positional trading or trading, let's say, overnight positions, as I said earlier. However, if we break above 1690, then we'll be going to 1733. 1715 can be a temporary stopover, but 1733 should be met. On the other hand, if we break 1645 on the downside, 1600 will be hit, and this is another strong support. So you could, like how I had said 1730, we went stopped there, then we came down to 1645 and stopped there. This is the same. If it comes down to here, it will have a stop for some time, and then it can want to go down to 1545 to 1560. This is a very strong support. So anyone trading HDFC Bank, this is the most strong support, and this is the most strong resistance. And this is the box range which is going to form. Now coming to Bajaj Finance. Now Bajaj Finance is a stock that is been in a box range, and the reason of its box range issues has been certain bearish high volume bars. Now you see the certain bars which are on purple, and in the previous chart some in blue, some in purple. Now I believe the whole drama which is going on is mainly due to this high volume bearish bar, and if you see, we have been trading within the range of it. We managed to get out of this one, but this one was not following the rules of the technical rules. That's why we got out of it, but this one is holding its significance. So according to me, that is the reason Bajaj Finance is trading in a box range. So now how should we trade it in the coming trading sessions? Now if you're an intraday trader, then a break of 7260 will take you back to the simple resistance of basically 7,400, we can say. But on the other hand, as long as we're within this range of the 7,050 support and the simple resistance of 7,400, then we will continue getting these V-shaped moves, how we have been getting. However, upon the break of either 7,400 or 7,050, that's when we're going to get a clean move. Now, how Bajaj Finance is trading, there is a higher likelihood of it breaking the downside than the upside. However, the only big question is how long will that take? This is, I believe, any up move towards this can maximum go to 7,600 to 7,680. This is going to be sort of a temporary top for it. Let's say for 1 to 2 weeks comfortably, this zone should act as a top for it. So any up move event is not going to give you much because it's just going to go up to here and then come back down into the box range. Most likely just get strong rejection and get thrown back down. However, if we break 7,050, then we should get a quick move to 6,800 to 6,850, which is a strong support. That breaks, then 6,400 opens. So how do I expect? I expect a bit of a push up, which can stop here. By chance, if it doesn't stop here, then it will go to here. If it goes to any of these two zones, these will be fresh shorting zones via either option sells or CE sells or option buys via spreads, depending on how much of a risk taker you are and how the indicators are performing at that point. As for me, this I believe is going to be the top for Bajaj Finance for quite some time, and presently this is also a top. So overall, for Bajaj Finance, I'm expecting that the upside is limited. Yes, there is some naturally, but it's limited, and if we try to go towards it, it will just end up getting pushed down, and it will actually cause worse problems for its investors than this. However, if we clear this zone of 7,600 to 7,680, it will have cleared the full bearishness, and it will have a very big up move in the longer time frame. But it has to, provided it breaks above that. If it cannot, then it's only going to be going down in the coming future. So that's it for Bajaj Finance, HDFC Bank and Midcap Nifty. The video has come a bit longer, so but still, if you liked it, then hit the like button and also subscribe to the channel. Thank you.